They spit in my food. They made me strip. They laughed as I stood. They called me dog devil. They locked me behind bars, but I did not break. My soul stayed whole, my silence louder than their hate. This isn't just suffering, it's power. Power they never understood. On Robben Island, pain didn't scream, it whispered. Through rusted locks, cold floors. One guard stood out. He humiliated for fun. But I never gave him the one thing he wanted, my hate. Each blow, each command was a test. And I passed with silence. Not weakness, but choice. I had chosen long before prison that my mind would remain free. And where the body bends, the spirit must stand. That guard thought he owned the moment, but I shaped memory. One day he spat in my food. I looked down, then up at him. I did not flinch. I ate nothing, not from fear, but because I refused to feed my soul with his contempt. He cursed me. I said nothing. I watched him age. His anger became habit. His fear began to show. We were not monsters. We were mirrors. Then came the day I was free. The gates opened. I walked out. My hands were the same, but they held more than before. They held responsibility. The world cheered. I stood before them as a president. But I remembered I was still a prisoner of memory until I chose to free it. One day in government, someone said, "There's a man here to see you." A job applicant, I asked his name. Guard, the one who spat on me and stripped my dignity. He stood before me, eyes lowered. I rose to greet him. I shook his hand. His trembled. Mine did not. I welcomed him, not as an enemy, not as a friend, but as a man. Forgiveness is not weakness. It is the highest strength. It proves our souls are larger than cruelty. I did not forgive him to free him. I forgave to free myself. They broke my bones, but not my will. They tried to crush pride. I buried it deep. They laughed when I walked alone. But I was never alone. Every step I took was carried by the prayers of millions. Every scar I earned was written into history with dignity. I did not return to power to punish. I returned to remind love is possible after hate. Light can follow darkness. You will be tested. You will be hurt. But you must never be reduced. When they curse you, speak truth. When they hit you, stand taller. When they erase you, write louder. Choose dignity. Man who spat on me, I gave him a place to rebuild because I believed in rebuilding. This is how we win. Not by conquering, but by healing. Not by ruling, but by remembering you are not the hate they gave you. You are the love you protect. You are not a prisoner of their cruelty. You are the guardian of your peace. Become unbreakable. Become light. Become the echo they cannot silence. This is my story. Now it belongs to you. Carry it with honor. If you ever feel alone, remember, so did I. But the world was watching how I stood, watching if I would bow. I never bowed, not to injustice, not to hatred, and neither should you. Stand like the roots of a tree. Bend if you must, but do not break. Grow deep. Reach far. For you are not alone. You stand on the shoulders of millions who whispered your name before you were born. You are never alone. I will ask you to forget, to move on, to pretend history never happened. But do not forget. Do not erase. Carry it not as a wound, but as a banner. Let your scars speak of your survival. Let your silence thunder with meaning. One act of forgiveness does not erase pain, but it can end a cycle. Be the one who ends the cycle. Be the one who lifts, not crushes, heals, not harms, remembers, not repeats. Let your hands build what their hands once broke. You are the difference. One day you too may meet your enemy in a new form, in a handshake, a question, a mirror. And when that day comes, ask yourself, who do I want to be? A reflection of hate or a vessel of change? Remember what I chose. Remember what it cost. Then choose not comfort, but courage. Courage that lights the way when history is watching again. If my life meant anything, let it be this: that power does not corrupt, it reveals. And it reveals what was always inside. Show light. Every broken chain behind you rattle with purpose. Let every time they told you, you can't become a reason you did. And let them say, you walked like Mandela. You rose when they expected you to fall. Now take this story, not as history, but as a guide, a flame passed to your hands. You will shape what comes next. You will decide whether this voice was a whisper or a call. Answer it, not in words, but in action. Let your life be the reply. Rise when standing costs most. You were born into a world shaped by choices you did not make, but you are not bound by them. Every moment offers a new path. Every act of courage, however small, rewrites the story. Stand firm in truth. Let your kindness be fierce and your purpose relentless. The chains of the past echo behind you, but the future roars ahead. Walk toward it with fire in your spirit. And if your voice trembles, let it tremble with truth. If your hands shake, let them carry hope. We do not need to be perfect to be powerful. We only need to be present, to be brave, to be willing. The world will remember not just what we stood against, but what we stood for. Let them say, you walked with dignity. Let them say, you chose light. Let them say, your voice became the echo of freedom.